Hey everybody, it's Carmen Bowley here, Young Living Silver. I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys about structuring your Young Living organization. My first best tip is going to be to structure to the Rising Star Team Bonus, which you can learn about in the compensation plan section of your virtual office. There's tons of great resources in there. Go in and read about the Rising Star Team Bonus, because what that is, it's a bonus structure that causes you from star to executive to be setting up your organization in such a way that you can go all the way to Royal Crown Diamond. So right from the beginning, Young Living is setting you up for success. Follow it, check it out, Rising Star Team Bonus. The next thing I'm going to share about is enroller versus sponsor. It's pretty simple, actually. The enroller is the person who gets the bonuses, and the sponsor is the spot the person goes in the organization. They don't necessarily have to be the same person. The enroller and the sponsor can be a different person. And that's fine. There are different reasons to do that, have them the same or have them be different people. When you have someone come to a class you're doing, for example, and say your friend Carrie brings her friend Sarah. Well, you're friends with Carrie, but you don't even know Sarah. When they sign up, you want to go ahead and put Carrie on your front line and Sarah on Carrie's front line. So you'll be the sponsor to Carrie, and Carrie will be the sponsor to Sarah. That's really the proper way to do things. And you also will probably want to give the enroller to Carrie. Since she is the one who brought Sarah in, it's the right thing to do. She'll go ahead and get that enrollment bonus. Now, there's one example or instance when I would say that you should go ahead and get the enroller for somebody that you didn't bring into Young Living. If you have a friend who says, "Oh yeah, I know somebody, they want to learn all about the oils and they want to sign up. Can I just send them to you?" Then you just go ahead, you can work with that person one-on-one, you can sign them up. I would go ahead and give the sponsor to the person who originally told them to come to you, but go ahead and keep the enroller if you want, since you're doing all the work of training and sign up and all that stuff. Go ahead and keep the enroller if you feel that's an appropriate thing to do. There are times when you can give the enroller, which can be very appropriate. Sometimes I like to give the enroller to somebody who didn't necessarily earn it, just because they will get that $50 bonus, and they might say, that was actually pretty easy. I just introduced this person to Young Living, and they signed up, and I got $50. I think I could do that a few more times. And you may create a builder where you didn't have one before. So sometimes people will want to protect that check when they get it, and they're like, ooh, I could duplicate that. So that can be one instance where it's a good idea to give the enroller to someone else. Now, when you are structuring your organization, it's important to remember birds of a feather flock together. That's just what we say when we're talking about people who live in the same town or have the same interests or know one another or in the same family or something like that. You're going to want to put those people all in the same organization. And it's best, especially with family members, if they are all just stacked one right under the other. That is where one is the sponsor and then the next is the sponsor and so on down the line. That keeps it from getting messy when, for example, if you had family members and they all sign up across your front line, when another one of their mutual family members signs up, you're going to have to choose, or they will have to choose, which family member they want to sign up with. That can get messy. Since there's money involved, it's best to just be fair and upfront right from the beginning. And having the people down one line in the organization keeps any of that messiness from happening, because it's like, oh, well, you are under them. They're all in one line together, and then there's no bickering or confusion about who gets that person. Another thing to do is if you sign someone up and they live in Waco, Texas, and you have another group member who lives in Waco, Texas. Okay, put them in the same group together. Sign your new person from Waco up under the original person from Waco. It's not that you are doing it for the person in Waco necessarily. It helps to maximize your time. If you go and you're trying to support your original member in Waco, it is better for you if you can just do one class for both of them and you are teaching for multiple people but for one team. You're not having to split your efforts then, and that can save a lot of time and energy. So we call that birds of a feather flock together. It's really a way to create teams, maximize your time and efficiency, and it's a great way to get connections. Like, people will sometimes say, oh, well, you live in Waco too? Well, that's great. Now I have someone local that I can chat with about the oils. We can do classes together, and it's a great way to build camaraderie and team workmanship and things like that, where people are working together within the same groups. So you can keep the enroller in that instance, and then you just give the sponsor to your original Waco person. So those are just some of my tips on structuring your Young Living organization. If you have any questions on that, I'd love to hear from you, but I hope this is useful for you guys. Thanks for listening.